If your legs feel weak, shaky, or like they might suddenly give way beneath you, this video was made for you. And before you assume this is simply what getting older feels like, it is not. There are 5 specific, identifiable reasons this happens. And more importantly, there are specific things you can do about each one, starting today in your own home, with no equipment required. Stay with us through all 5 because you may be dealing with more than one of them without realizing it. Welcome. This channel breaks down physical health and movement in plain, practical language. No fluff, no complicated terminology, just clear information you can actually use. If this is your first time here, hit subscribe and tap the like button. It genuinely helps this content reach the people who need it most. And if you have been here before, make sure the notification bell is on so you never miss a new video. Now, let's get into it. We are covering 5 reasons your legs may be feeling weak or unreliable. For each one, we will explain what is happening inside your body and then walk you through exercises you can try at home with options for different fitness levels so you can find the starting point that works for you right now. Let's go through them one by one. Reason 1. Muscle weakness in hips, quads, and glutes. The first reason is the most common one, and it is straightforward muscle weakness in the major muscle groups that support your legs, specifically your hips, your quadriceps at the front of the thigh, and your glutes. Here's how it happens. When you spend long periods sitting, whether from a desk job, recovery after an injury, a surgical procedure with incomplete rehabilitation, or simply a lifestyle shift like retirement that reduced your daily movement, those large muscle groups begin to lose their strength. The body is ruthlessly efficient. It does not maintain muscle it is not using. And the longer that pattern continues, the more noticeable the effects become. You might notice your knees buckling slightly when you stand. You may find yourself unable to walk the distances you used to cover without effort. Stairs that felt easy start to feel like a genuine challenge. Getting up from a low couch or chair requires more effort than it should. The good news is that muscle responds to training at any age. These muscles can be rebuilt. Here are 3 exercises to start with. Exercise 1. A. Sit to stands. The first exercise is the sit to stand. This is essentially a squat, but most people find it far easier to learn proper form when they practice it as simply standing up from and sitting back down onto a chair. For the starting position, use a firm chair at a height that allows you to stand without excessive strain. If a standard chair height feels too difficult right now, begin with a higher surface, the edge of a bed or a taller seat. That reduced range of motion makes the movement more manageable while you build initial strength. Here is the movement. Position yourself at the front edge of the chair, feet flat on the floor, roughly hip width apart. Lean slightly forward from the hips, not hunching the back, just shifting your weight forward so your center of gravity moves over your feet. Then press through your heels and stand up fully. At the top of the movement, and this part matters, squeeze your glutes together deliberately. Pull your shoulders back, stand tall for a moment before sitting back down. The descent is just as important as the rise. Lower yourself slowly and with control. Do not simply drop back into the seat. That controlled lowering builds as much strength as the upward phase. Begin with 2 hands on the armrests if needed. Progress to 1 hand. Eventually no hands at all. Start with 3 to 5 repetitions if the movement feels difficult. Work toward 10. Do this several times throughout the day. Morning, midday, and evening works well. Frequency matters more than doing a large number in a single session. Exercise 1. B. Supine bridge. If the sit to stand feels too challenging as a starting point, the supine bridge is an excellent alternative, and it can be done lying on your bed, which makes it very accessible. Lie on your back with your knees bent and feet flat, about hip width apart. Before you lift anything, engage your core. Draw your abdominal muscles gently inward, then squeeze your glutes together and slowly raise your hips off the surface. Aim to lift high enough that your body forms a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. Hold the top position for 3 to 5 seconds, focusing on keeping those glutes contracted throughout the hold. Then lower slowly back down. If you can only lift a small distance at first, that is completely fine. The muscle activation, the squeezing and engaging, is what matters most. The range of motion will increase as strength improves. This exercise works the glutes, hamstrings, lower back, and core simultaneously. It is one of the most efficient foundational movements for rebuilding lower body strength from the ground up. Exercise 1C. Step up yes. The third option for building leg strength is step-ups. And this one is slightly more demanding than the previous two, so treat it as a progression. Find a staircase with a railing you can hold for support. Place one foot up on the first step. Using that leg, press through the heel and step up, bringing your trailing foot to meet it. Then lower back down in a controlled manner, same leg leading, before repeating. Keep the same leg working for 5 to 10 repetitions before switching sides. The key point here is the descent. Do not let yourself drop back down. Lower slowly and deliberately because that eccentric phase, the controlled lowering, is where significant strength gains happen. If a full stair step feels too high to start, a sturdy low step stool with something stable nearby to hold provides a shorter range of motion to begin with. One safety note: if there is no railing or stable surface to hold, do not attempt this exercise yet. Balance and control come before adding height. Master the single step with support before considering any progression upward. Reason 2: nerve problems. The second reason your legs may feel weak or unreliable is nerve-related. And this one is different from simple muscle weakness because the muscles themselves may be structurally intact but not receiving clear signals from the brain. The most common source of this is the lower back. Conditions like disc herniation or spinal stenosis can compress the nerves that travel from the spine down through the legs. When that compression happens, the signal traveling from the brain to the leg muscles becomes disrupted, like a phone call with a bad connection. The result can be weakness, numbness, tingling, or a general sense of unreliability in the legs. If you experience burning, numbness, or tingling shooting down one or both legs, particularly if it worsens with movement or certain positions, that is a signal to consult a doctor before attempting any self-directed exercise program. Nerve compression that is causing muscle weakness needs professional assessment. For mild nerve-related stiffness or general lower back tightness without significant symptoms traveling down the leg, gentle mobility work can be helpful. Exercise 2A, low trunk rotations. The first nerve-related exercise is low trunk rotations, one of the gentlest ways to restore mobility to the lumbar spine. Lie on your back with your knees bent and feet flat on the floor. Keeping your shoulders relaxed against the surface, slowly let both knees drop toward one side. Go only as far as feels comfortable. There should be no sharp pain. Hold briefly, then bring the knees back to center and let them drop to the other side. Move at a slow, steady pace. This should feel like a gentle release, not a stretch that forces range of motion. If you are currently experiencing nerve symptoms traveling down the leg, numbness, tingling, or burning, pay close attention to whether this movement makes those sensations better or worse. If worse, stop immediately. That is your body telling you that professional evaluation is the right next step before continuing. Exercise 2B, seated sciatic nerve glide. The second nerve exercise is a seated sciatic nerve glide. This technique gently mobilizes the sciatic nerve along its pathway down the leg, helping to reduce sensitivity and improve function when nerve tightness is contributing to leg symptoms. Sit on a surface tall enough that your thighs are supported but your feet do not touch the ground. The edge of a bed or a tall chair works well. The movement coordinates two things simultaneously. As you extend one leg out and pull your toes back toward your shin, you look upward toward the ceiling. Then, as you bend the knee back down and point the toes away, you bring your chin toward your chest. So the motion is leg extends and toes pull back as the head goes up. Leg bends and toes point as the head comes down. This creates a gentle pumping movement along the entire length of the sciatic nerve. Perform 8 to 10 repetitions on each side. If you feel unusual sensations, a mild pulling or slight tingling, that is normal and indicates the nerve is being mobilized. If those sensations increase with every repetition rather than easing, stop and seek professional guidance. This exercise should progressively feel more comfortable, not more intense. Reason 3, joint wear and tear. The third reason is joint degeneration. The gradual wear and tear that accumulates in the hips, knees, and ankles over years of use, previous injuries, or repetitive strain. Here is something important to understand about how joint pain affects leg strength. When a joint is painful, the body's nervous system automatically reduces activation of the muscles surrounding that joint. It is a protective reflex. The brain essentially dials down muscle output to limit load on the painful area. This means joint pain directly causes the muscles around it to weaken, which in turn places more stress back on the joint. A frustrating cycle. The way to interrupt that cycle is to get the joint moving gently and simultaneously begin strengthening the surrounding musculature so it can take over some of the load the joint is struggling to handle. Exercise. 3. Joint-friendly movement options. If knee pain is present during sit to stands, begin with simple range of motion work first. Sitting in a chair, slowly straighten one knee and then bend it back down. Just moving through whatever pain-free range is available activates the surrounding muscles and stimulates joint fluid circulation without loading the joint under full body weight. From there, progress to the site to stand using arm support on the chair. Pressing through your hands reduces the load going through the knee joint while still engaging the leg muscles. Build toward less arm assistance gradually over days and weeks. For those whose joint pain makes even modified weight-bearing exercises uncomfortable, non-weight-bearing cardio is an excellent alternative. A stationary recumbent bike places very little stress on the hips and knees while still activating the leg muscles and improving circulation. A seated pedal exerciser, the small floor unit that can be used from any chair, is an inexpensive option for those without gym access. The principle is the same regardless of the tool: controlled, repetitive movement through the available range, with light resistance added progressively as tolerance improves. Reason 4. Balance and proprioception issues. The fourth reason legs feel unreliable is a decline in balance and proprioception, the body's internal sense of where it is positioned in space. Every joint in your body contains small sensory receptors that continuously send positional information to the brain. These receptors tell your nervous system how much load each joint is under, which direction it is moving, and how quickly. The brain uses that constant stream of data to make the thousands of micro adjustments that keep you upright and stable during movement. Conditions like peripheral neuropathy can reduce the quality of those signals. Joint replacements can temporarily reduce receptor density in the new joint, and simply not practicing balance activities allows this system to become less responsive over time. The same use it or lose it principle that applies to muscle strength. Practicing balance exercises regularly recalibrates this system and rebuilds the mind-body connection that keeps movement safe and confident. Exercise 4. A. Single leg standing. Single leg standing is one of the most effective balance training exercises available, and it requires nothing but a wall or stable surface nearby for safety. Stand near a wall or sturdy counter. Shift your weight onto one foot and lift the other foot slightly off the ground. Keep a very slight bend in the standing knee. Never lock it straight. Find a point on the wall in front of you to focus on, which helps stabilize your gaze and improves balance. Hold for as long as you can maintain control. The benchmark for good balance in someone aged 60 or older is 30 seconds. In practice, 5 to 15 seconds is where most people begin, and that is a perfectly valid starting point. As single leg standing becomes easier, progress by removing your hand from the wall, then work toward no contact at all. Spend equal time on both sides. If one leg is noticeably weaker or more painful than the other, do not neglect it, but be gentle and use more support on that side. Exercise 4. B. Tandem stance. Tandem stance is a complementary balance challenge that trains a different aspect of stability than single leg standing. The full version involves placing one foot directly in front of the other, heel of the front foot touching the toes of the back foot, like a tightrope position while standing still. Hold on to support throughout. If that narrow base feels immediately too challenging, begin with a wider stance and one foot slightly ahead of the other. Gradually narrow the gap over sessions until a true heel-to-toe position becomes achievable. Hold the position for 15 to 30 seconds, working toward a full minute. Try both arrangements, left foot forward and right foot forward, as each produces a slightly different balance challenge. Both single leg standing and tandem stance can be performed on carpet without footwear if you are on a surface that provides grip. The slight sensory feedback from the floor through bare feet can actually enhance proprioceptive input and strengthen the small stabilizing muscles of the ankle simultaneously. Exercise 4C. Unstable surface training. Once both of the previous balance exercises feel manageable, the next progression is performing them on an unstable surface. A folded blanket, a firm couch cushion placed on the floor, or a foam balance pad all work well. Simply standing on the unstable surface, with a wall or counter within reach, immediately increases the demand on your ankle muscles, proprioceptive receptors, and the entire postural control system. For those who spend time walking on uneven terrain, garden paths, grass, hiking trails, gravel, this type of training is particularly valuable because it replicates the unpredictability of those surfaces in a controlled and safe environment. Always have something solid within arm's reach when training on unstable surfaces. The goal is controlled challenge, not a balance test that leads to a fall. Exercise 4D, weight shifting. If single leg standing and tandem stance both feel beyond your current ability, weight shifting is the right place to begin. Stand with feet shoulder width apart and both hands near a stable surface. Slowly transfer your body weight to one side, allowing the opposite heel to lift slightly while the toes remain in contact with the floor. Hold briefly on each side, then transfer back. This exercise trains your nervous system to manage gradual lateral weight shifts, the same movements that occur constantly during walking in a controlled way. It builds the foundational confidence needed before progressing to single-leg work. Reason 5, poor muscular endurance and circulation. The fifth reason is a combination of poor muscular endurance and reduced circulation, and these two things are deeply connected. When cardiovascular fitness declines and blood flow to the legs becomes less efficient, the muscles fatigue faster and recover more slowly. The legs may feel heavy, weak, or unreliable. Not because the muscles themselves are structurally weak, but because they are not being adequately fueled and cleared of metabolic waste during activity. This is the reason someone can perform a single sight to stand without difficulty, but feel their legs give way after walking a longer distance. The strength is present, the endurance and circulation are not keeping pace. Exercise 5. Building cardiovascular endurance. The solution here is consistent, progressive cardiovascular activity, moving continuously for gradually increasing durations over weeks and months. The specific activity matters less than the consistency. A recumbent bike, a standard stationary bike, an elliptical machine, a rowing machine, a treadmill at a comfortable pace, or simply walking, all of these work. A seated pedal exerciser used from a chair is a low-barrier option for those with significant limitations. The critical point on progression: do not begin with ambitious targets. If you have been largely sedentary for weeks or months, start with 2 to 3 minutes of continuous movement. Do that 2 or 3 times across the day rather than one longer session. As that becomes comfortable, not easy, just manageable, add a minute or 2 each week. Never push to the point of exhaustion where the legs feel like they will give out completely. That crosses the line from productive training into recovery debt. Stop before that threshold, rest, and return. Circulation and endurance respond to accumulated movement over time. Consistency across weeks produces results that intensity alone in a single session cannot. Those are the 5 reasons your legs may be feeling weak, shaky, or unreliable. To summarize, muscle weakness from inactivity, nerve problems from the lower back, joint wear and tear, declining balance and proprioception, and poor muscular endurance combined with reduced circulation. You may recognize yourself in one of these. You may recognize yourself in several. Both are common. The most important thing this video can leave you with is this: practice the things you are currently not good at. Strength does not improve by doing what is already easy. Balance does not improve by avoiding balance challenges. Endurance does not improve without sustained movement. Find where your weakness is. Start there, start small, and stay consistent. If you found this helpful and want to continue building leg strength, there is a follow-up video linked on screen right now covering 3 leg strengthening exercises worth doing every single day. It is short, practical, and a natural next step from everything covered here. Subscribe if you have not already. New videos are posted regularly and everyone is built around the same principle. Clear information, practical application, real results. We will see you in the next one.